Hi. So, um, this is a pretty important video, I'd say to me personally, because I do not have the easiest time, being kind to myself. Self-loathing is something that I've had a pretty big problem with ever since I was, I think, as far as I can remember, 12 years old when it started, getting really bad. So, and it's been on and off. I was pretty really fine until I guess my sophomore year of high school. Even last year it got really bad. Um and just self-hatred in general is something that I've just struggled a lot with internally, and you know, just the doubt that just my doubts, you know, as a person and my value as a person. Um, I guess before I start talking, I've only opened up about it once, my I guess self-worth problems, and that was back in middle school to my mom. One night I had enough, and I was venting through uh this like drawing book that I had, and I was drawing images, and I was going through it. I was so close to something. I'm not gonna specify, but I was so close to something, and I was desperate to say something, and I finally got the words out, and I told my mom how like awful I feel, or felt, and um how worthless I felt, you know. It's and she, I don't know. I was bawling. I don't remember it. I kind of shoved it back in my brain a little bit, but I was bawling. Uh, and I've never really brought it up ever again because I mean, for a while it was gone, but you know, as of recent years, oof, buddy. Um, yeah. So I just less about me. Let's talk about why it's important to be kind to yourself. Um, just uh, negativity. This is super obvious, but negativity is draining. Um, I'm so ex- sorry. I keep talking about myself, but I'm trying to use myself as an example. I'm exhausted. It is Negativity is probably the most draining thing ever. It's like it doesn't even have to be from yourself, like just negative people around you or negative things on the news. Negativity is probably the most just it's awful. It's so draining, and it's everywhere, and it's just, man, it does not make you feel good. It is on it makes you feel hopeless, honestly. Um I've I've I know personally very well. Sorry, I'm stuttering and I'm trying to find the words, but it is, oh my goodness. My entire sophomore year was just a daze. I was just so drained, and I was so negative towards myself. And a little bit of my last year too. Um, a lot of days I was just so fed up with it all, and I just wanted nothing more than to just stop existing. Uh, yeah. Uh, and that kind of leads on to enough pressure can lead to a break, right? And not as in like a relaxation break, but like like someone snapping, right? You know, so they say pressure makes diamonds, right? But um, sometimes a little too much pressure, uh, well, that diamond can break, and that's not good at all. It's really,
Hmm.
you know, uh, and some people have too much pressure and they end up snapping at, you know, they whether they want to or not, they just can't. It just becomes too much and they just can't take it, right? And then they lash out at people or they do something stupid, right? You know. So, and then the last one, uh being kind to yourself. I mean, this is the most obvious thing ever, but it's good for your mental health, you know? Just trying to find reasons to like yourself or things that you do like about yourself. And if you uh genuinely can't think of anything, I'm sure you just aren't thinking hard enough, right? And that's a very optimistic way of putting it, but like there's always something. There's always has to be something, right? And it's, you know, yeah, there's always got to be something that you find that you like about yourself, whether it's a skill you have or just your ability to do something, or hey, something you can like about yourself. You've made it this far. If you're going through something so bad as this, you're still here. You're still doing it. You're still making it. You're still going, and you should be proud of yourself for still getting up in the morning, right? Um, you know, I personally, I mean, during summer, I was still getting up. I genuinely had no reasons to get up in the morning this entire summer. Not entire summer. Toward the last month of my summer break, I had just about no reasons to get up in the morning. Um, my biggest reason to get up in the morning, I kind of lost that, you know, and that was my dog, right? I she was my responsibility to, you know, I had to take care of her and I couldn't just lay in bed until like 2 in the afternoon because I had to get up and give my dog breakfast and let her out and, you know, do all this stuff for her. And then she passed away and I had no reason to get up anymore. But I still found a way to manage, I guess. Um, so yeah, it's you know, and that's been hard. Um, she was definitely the highlight of my day when I would get home. Uh, and it's been hard without her, but you know, we push through, right? And you just have to try your best to acknowledge the good things, right? And it takes a big conscious effort because negativity is so easy. It's so easy to be trapped in this little bubble. Think of like the dirty bubble from SpongeBob, right? Think of that. He is the embodiment of negativity. Think about that. It is so easy to be trapped inside of the dirty bubble, but it really takes a lot of consciousness and awareness to try and see the good and pop the dirty bubble. um, yeah, I yeah, I've been doing little things. Um, Trust, I've been so drained, and this little I've talked about this in a previous video that I don't remember if it's deleted or not now. Not deleted, but privated. But I've talked about my self-loathing and how it's like two voices in my head. One of them is like the good guy, and the other one is the worst person you can ever imagine and is terrible and says awful things to you all the time. And the awful one has been pretty talkative lately. You know, and he's been saying a lot of stuff that at this I feel like giving up. Spiritually and physically, I just I've been feeling like giving up because that guy's talking to me a lot. But the other one, it likes to shut the positive, the good voice likes to shut his bitch ass up sometimes, and I really appreciate that. Um, and the negativity is strong. It is probably the strongest emotion. Anger and sadness are probably the most strong emotions that humans have. And I don't blame people for getting caught up in it because it's really hard. Um, but it takes real dedication and willpower to to be kind to yourself. And if you manage to do it and you have the willpower to be kind to yourself, in the slightest, like even in the most minuscule way, like maybe even getting yourself a sweet treat because you think you deserve it. You know, you deserve a Green Lantern ring because you have a lot of willpower. um, I'm being nerdy and referencing comics, but you know, um, like you know, so like something I've been doing, I every so often because I'm trying to be healthy and stuff, but I like to get boba. It's something that I don't know, I just really like it. There's something about the tapioca balls that they're tasty. So every so often I get boba, and it's kind of like it's like a reward for I don't know. It's just good, and it makes me feel good, and it's treating myself with kindness, right? So that's important. Uh, even just not even stuff like it doesn't have to be mental. It can be physical, exercising or going outside, just smelling the roses quite literally, and just taking it something in. That is being kind to yourself. You're treating yourself well. So it doesn't have to even be like you're thinking. You don't have to be like thinking positively all the time, like happy, 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 happy. It could just be something is like eating good, right? Eating something healthy for yourself, or literally anything. Just yeah. So uh, I hope you be kind to yourself today. And I hope that if you have that little negative voice like me, you shut it up because it is wrong. It is right. Is as much as you might think it's correct, it's wrong, and you should tell it to shut up because you're not as bad as you think, and you're not as bad as that little voice tells you. Trust me. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to this, and I hope you have a amazing rest of your day. And don't forget to tell somebody you love them. And most importantly, don't forget to be kind to yourself. Thank you. And yeah, toodles.